What's up guys, my name's Gary and we are here for a 30-minute upper body workout. This is a strength-based workout and we've got 7 blocks of work. In each block of work we've got 4 rounds, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, repeated 4 times. The equipment we're going to need today is 1 heavy kettlebell and we're also going to need 2 medium dumbbells. Alright guys, that 30-minute workout's about to begin, let's get into it. Alright guys, in our first round of work today we're going with kettlebell halos and then kettlebell alternating clean and press. So the first move, we're going to take that weight up to the shoulders and we're going to rotate it around the head as a way to feel really strong through the entire shoulder girdle. The second move here after 50 seconds of work is going to be an alternating clean and press. So clean that weight high up onto the chest and then drive it all the way up to the sky. Alright guys, this round is about to begin in 5 seconds. So grab those kettlebells and let's go with a halo. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. So using this weight, driving it all the way around the head and trying to feel all that length and strength through the shoulders. This is a great move to warm up with and really feel some strength in the shoulders, especially with a heavier weight like this. So keeping the weight tight around the head and trying to feel everything you can through the shoulders as it rotates everything around. Now you might feel a little bit of popping and clicking, and that's okay as long as you keep your lats and scapula flat against the back. Alright guys, we got 20 seconds left here. Stay with this. So you also notice I'm trying to keep my ribs down through this movement so I can get most of the strength through the upper part of the back. If you're flaring your ribs, you're going to cheat that movement just a little bit. So keep your ribs down, locked in, and there's only 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Alright, we've got 10 seconds to breathe. And in this next round, we're going for a kettlebell clean and press. So rack the weight up to the chest, then press it all the way up. We're on in 3, 2, 1, and go. So throughout the rest of today's workout, we'll be going for more isolated movements. But right now, I want you to try and feel that flow through the body as you lift that weight up and drive it up to the sky. Keep the knees soft, keep the abs braced, and every time you clean that weight up onto the chest, I want you to catch it at the top of the rep and then push it with the entire shoulder girdle. Keep those knees soft. But one thing I want you to make sure you do is that when you clean that weight up, we're not banging the arm with the back, we're not banging the arm with that kettlebell. Alright guys, 17 seconds left here. Stay with me. 13 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Well done. Alright, so there were already 2 rounds in with just 2 rounds to go in this first block of work. Alright guys, in 3 seconds, grab those weights. We're going back to the kettlebell halo. And we're on. So keeping that weight nice and tight and close to your forehead. We don't want the weights coming too far out to either side because that's bad body mechanics. Keeping it tight into your midsection is going to keep it tight and you're not going to be too outbalanced. Alright guys, we've got 30 seconds left here. So keeping those ribs down, I want you to feel strong through those shoulders. 22 seconds to go. So we're going one way, clockwise, and then anti-clockwise in the opposite direction. Feel the entire shoulder girdle react as you push that weight up and back and around and moving slow and controlled with these reps. Alright guys, you've got 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, hold. Okay, well done. Now we've got one more round here and then that's the end for this first block of work. So we go back to the alternating clean and press and we're on in 3 seconds. 2, 1, let's get it. So in that clean and press, catch the weight high up onto those collars and then drive it all the way to the sky. Just 40 seconds left here. There's just 20 seconds for each arm. Now to make sure you're not banging that weight on the back of the arm, I want you to scoop the weight up and then just float the arm underneath it. So just bring it up and then just float and then catch it high into the strong shoulder girdle. If it's banging on the back of the arm, it will cause injury. So if it does feel like it's banging, go slow or even drop this weight and just go for a military press with that kettlebell. Alright guys, there's only 8 seconds left here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, well done. And in this next round we're going to hit the chest. So we're going to start off with a series of push-ups. Now as soon as you hit failure with this advanced option of a push-up, drop back to a standard push-up. Now I want you with these push-ups to keep that core tight and also try and have these elbows coming back towards your hips a little bit. If you feel like your elbows are up by your ears, like this, that's going to hit the front delt. And what I want you to do is try and feel it more in the chest, just like this. All right, guys, we're on in 5 seconds, and the first move is a plyo push-up. 3, 2, 1, let's get. So with every rep, we're trying to push hard out of the ground to get as much squeeze through the chest, and we're going to try and fatigue this chest as quickly as possible. Wherever you are doing this kind of chest exercise without heavy equipment, we need to load up that chest as quickly as we can, and the plyo push-ups are a great way to do it. If you feel like you're confident with the clapping push-up, go for the slightly more advanced option. All right, guys, 20 seconds left here. All right, guys. Last 11 seconds. Don't stop moving. Even if you have to drop back down to a standard push-up, stay in this. Just 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, in this next round, we're going to go for archer push-ups. Now, in an archer push-up, we're going to be going from side to side. And we're on in 3, 2, let's get it. So taking that weight all the way across into that other hand is really going to load up that chest. So get that squeeze into that chest. So we're trying to put about 80% of our weight into one side of that chest, and that's going to load that up. Feel how different that feels to a standard push-up. Once you hit failure with this, just drop back to a standard push-up. But if you can, stay strong through this. We've got 25 seconds left on that clock. So we're trying to go as wide as we can with this movement. And the wider you go, the more stretch you're going to feel through the chest. You're also going to feel it through the center as you try and bring those elbows back in towards each other. All right, guys, just 5 seconds left here. Keep squeezing. 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, guys, in this next round, we're going for a pike push-up. So we're going to tip at the hip, and we're going to push up out of the upper part of our chest. 3, 2, 1, let's hit it. So in this move, we're really feeling this in the upper part of the chest. If you're feeling like that's a little bit easy, bring your feet a little bit closer to your hands, and that's going to add more stress into the chest. But if you're finding it a little bit too hard, you can put your feet back a little bit and go for this slightly easier version. So you guys find the difficulty you want and set that yourselves. But we want to be pushing ourselves, so no easy reps. Now we're going slow with these reps, down and slow up, so that we can make sure we get as much squeeze as we can through the muscle fibers we're trying to recruit here. And we're going to be feeling this in the upper part of the chest. All right, guys, 10 seconds left here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, in this last move today for the chest, we're going with a Y release push-up. So every time we do a push-up, we take our hands off the floor and put them up into a Y shape. All right, guys, that round has begun. So in this hand release push-up, we're taking the momentum out of the push-up. So every time we push out of the floor, we have to use all of our strength, and we're not able to use momentum. Just like a car at a red light has to use its engine to get off that starting block, you have to use all the power in your engine in your chest to get from that stop. Whereas it's much easier to just roll through a green light. But this is just rolling through, whereas this is stopping. So in that Y release, we're trying to take the hands long so we can really feel as much stretch in the upper part of the shoulders as well as feel a nice squeeze through the chest. All right, guys, we've only got 8 seconds left here, and then the chest is smoked. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, guys, well done. That chest is already smashed, and now it's time to attack the shoulders. So we've got 2 moves here that we're going to repeat, and the first move is an Arnie press. So we're going to rack the 2 dumbbells up to eye height, and then use the shoulders to pull them to rotate around and to drive them up. From there, we're then going to go into a delt raise. So in the delt raise, we're taking the arms as wide as we can, going for width, not going for height. All right, guys, we're on in 6 seconds. So grab those weights. Let's hit that Arnie press. We're on in 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. So the focus here is just getting that squeeze through the entire shoulders. If the weight you have at home or the gym is a little bit light, go slower with this movement to really feel that contraction. So you're keeping the weight up like this, and then driving it all the way high up to the sky. Try to keep those ribs engaged, try to keep those ribs low and the lats engaged so that we can get most of the squeeze we want into the delts here. All right, guys, you've got 25 seconds left on that clock. Now I know this might feel a little bit easy now, but it is going to get much harder the longer we've got time under tension. And that is the focus here. We're not counting reps, we're going for time under tension for today's workout. And we've got 9 seconds left on that clock before we hit a different part of the shoulders. All right guys, 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, we've got 10 seconds to catch that breath, and then we're going into a lateral delt raise. So the delt raise looks just like this, and we're on in 3, 2, 1, lateral delt raise. So taking those arms as wide as you can, staying controlled through that movement. So controlling it up and controlling it down. So if you're doing this move and you're feeling it a little bit in the anterior delt, I'll get you to tip this finger down slightly, and that way you're going to get an even better squeeze to the mid and rear delt. And that's the focus here. We already hit the front delt so much in other moves, so it's nice to give a little bit of love to just the lateral and rear delt. All right guys, we've got 25 seconds left here. So we don't want to be using the lats, the traps in this movement. And it's so easy for the traps to take over because they're a larger muscle group than the delts. So try and keep your shoulders away from your ears by pressing them down and then going for that as much width as you can. As soon as you start going for height, the traps will take over. So try to keep it low through that movement. 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, we've got 10 seconds to breathe, then we're coming back into the Arnie press. So grab those weights, rack them up to your chest, and we're on in 3 seconds. 2, 1, Arnie press. So as we rotate that hand up, I want you to feel all the different parts of your shoulder girdle rotating those arms around. So you're going to feel the front delt as it pushes up, the rear delt as it rotates around, and then you're going to also try and keep that lat low so that we don't allow the traps to take over in this exercise. All right guys, 28 seconds left here. Now if you're starting to hit failure with these weights, you can just drop the weight and keep using your just body weight only, or if you've got a resistance band, you're still going to get a great squeeze through the muscles. All right guys, 12 seconds left here. Go real slow if you've only got a few reps left in you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Well done. All right, we've got one more round of delt raises to go. We're on in 6 seconds. So grab those weights. We're back on in 3, 2, 1, delt raise. Just taking those arms wide, not high. So we're trying to get as much width as we can. And if you're feeling it in that front delt, you can tip forward slightly. And it's going to help you feel it all through the rear part of the delts. So if you hit failure, and it's totally fine if you do hit failure, these are small muscle groups. Just use body weight only, and you're still going to get a squeeze through that targeted muscle. We're not counting reps. We're just trying to get time under tension. And once that muscle recovers just a little bit, grab those weights again and get straight back into it. We've got 15 seconds left here, so it's compulsory for all of us to finish this strong. We've got 11 seconds left on that clock. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right guys, damn well done. The chest is smoked, the shoulders are smoked. Now it's time to attack the back. So in the first move today, we're going to go for a wide row with the 2 dumbbells. So we're going to tip at the hip, and we're going to take those arms nice and wide, just like this. We are here for 1 round, and then we're going to go for a single arm row with that heavier kettlebell. If you're not feeling good with that heavier weight, just use the 1 arm and with that lighter dumbbell that you've got on hand. All right guys, I'll explain the rest of the moves as we go, but grab those 2 weights. We're on with the wide row in 2, 1, wide row. So in that wide row, we're trying to take the elbows as high as we can. We're not trying to use the biceps too much, but we are trying to get a nice pinch through the shoulder blades and through the lats as we pull those elbows all the way up. So try and engage the lats and try and get those shoulder blades to pinch together. All right guys, 32 seconds left on that clock. So taking those arms as wide as you can. We're giving it a little pulse at the top just to give that extra squeeze, and then slowly controlling the weights all the way back down. So giving it that extra push at the top of the rep is going to help you get an even better contraction through the rear of the body. All right guys, 13 seconds to go. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, in 10 seconds, we're coming into a single arm row. So you can use the heavier kettlebell or just using a dumbbell. But we're going to tip at the hip and row, and we're on in 2, 1, let's get it. So with this arm, we're getting a nice squeeze as we pull that weight all the way tight into the body. Now we're not rotating the body too much. We want to stay stable with the shoulders parallel to the ground so that we can get most of that squeeze through the lat and through the shoulders. So try to keep the shoulders locked back, and you'll notice I'm twisting the arm as it pulls up, and it's giving a nicer squeeze into the rear delt, and it's also starting to wake up the biceps because we're going to need them in the next round. Alright guys, we've got 22 seconds left here, and then we're going to change arms. So that core stays tight. This is a nice way to test out the core stability, and we've only got 13 seconds left on the clock. 10 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now form's getting a little bit shitty there, but that's alright. Try and stay strong through this movement. Alright guys, 4 seconds to the next hand. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we've done the right arm, now we're going to attack the left arm. So pulling that weight tight into the body, trying to tip at the hip. We're not rounding the lower back, we're keeping it long and strong. And we're trying to get as much squeeze through the side of the body as we can. So you're going to feel it in the rear delt and through the lat. Alright guys, we've got 30 seconds on the clock here. So keeping strong through that core. And keep those eyes up. 18 seconds left here. Stay in this, you've come this far. 14 seconds to go. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Well done. Alright, so we're going to grab the 2 weights and we're going for a reverse grip row. And we're on in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. So in that reverse grip row, we're going to point the fingers forward, and it's going to allow us to have an even stronger contraction on the bicep as we pull that weight high up and in. Now we're trying to pull that weight all the way up, tight into the belly. If you're starting to feel this in the lower back, drop those weights and try and and just use body weight only. Alright guys, we've got 27 seconds left on that clock. So pulling those arms as far back as you can, trying to feel the lats engaged, and the more you can pull your weight closer to your hips, the lower you're going to feel that lat engage, and the lower the lat engages, the more V shape you're going to create. Alright guys, we've got 8 seconds left here, and then the back is done. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, damn well done. So the chest is cooked, the shoulders are done, the back is done. Now it's time to hit the biceps. So for the first round we're going to go left arm bicep curl, the second round is right arm bicep curl, then back to the left, then back to the right, then that's the biceps cooked. So in our first move, we're going to be going with a bicep curl just like this, pulling the weight tight up into the chest and trying to feel all that strength in that bicep. Also at the bottom of the rep, try and flex the tricep just to put a little extra stretch on that bicep. Alright guys, we're on in 3, 2, 1, let's get it. So in this move, we're going slow on the way up and slow on the way down. Being able to focus on just one arm at a time is a great way to enhance the connection you have from that mind to that muscle. So in this movement, I'm also trying to have my hand slightly out into a waiter's curl. And holding it in a waiter's curl, kind of like how you would hold a dinner plate, is going to put an extra strain on the bicep, and it's going to help you get more growth. If you curl the hand in, you're going to hit the forearms, and we're not doing forearms today. Alright guys, keep touching this bicep with this opposite hand, just to keep that contraction coming through. Looking good. Alright guys, we've got 14 seconds left here. That arm is starting to fatigue, and don't forget to try and flex that bicep at the bottom of the rep. Flex the tricep, I mean. Alright guys, 5 seconds left here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Alright, changing arms. So the exact same routine, but this time on the right bicep. Alright guys, we're on in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So the same thing applies. Try and touch that bicep with that opposite hand, just so you can help get an even better contraction. And at the bottom of the rep, flex the tricep, and it's just going to put an extra stretch into the bicep. Alright guys, looking good. You've got 35 seconds left on that clock. So try and hold that weight out into a waiter's curl to get that better contraction through the bicep. You can even feel it if you do it with me now, going like this. Not as much of a contraction like this, a huge contraction. And the contraction is what we're trying to look for today. Alright guys, 20 seconds left here. We're going slow up and slow back down. And we've just got 13 seconds left on that clock. Alright guys, 10 seconds left here. Stay with me. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, that is the right arm cooked. Now we're going back to the left arm, then we're going to do the right arm, then the biceps are no more. All right, guys, we're on in 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Just keep the shoulders locked back as hard as you can and pulling everything tight into that upper chest. Now your biceps have two muscles in them, the short head in here and the longer head out here. And you're going to activate the short head by trying to get this pinky to the shoulder, but you can get the long head as well if you try and take that arm just a little bit wider. All right, guys, we got 30 seconds left here. "22 seconds to go." So touching this bicep is going to help you connect that muscle to that mind to that muscle. All right, guys, 14 seconds to go. Just keep getting that squeeze and focus on squeezing the bicep, not necessarily bringing that weight up. All right, guys, 6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, changing hands. This is our last round on the biceps. Let's finish strong. We got 5 seconds to go here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Just keep that shoulder locked back, pulling that weight tight into that upper chest. All right, guys, 35 seconds left. Now, if you can, try and flex that tricep at the bottom of the rep, and it's just going to put an extra stretch on the bicep. And the more stretch you put on the bicep, the more growth you're going to get as a result. It's going to give you full range of motion, and the more range of motion, the more muscle fibers you recruit. All right, guys, 15 seconds to go here. 12 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, damn well done. So there's the biceps blasted, and now it's time to hit the back of the arm, the triceps. So in the first move today, we're going with a tricep overhead extension. So grab either 2 weights or a single dumbbell, and we're going to be going with a tricep extension just like this. Try and keep the elbows close to the forehead in that rep. This is going to hit the entire back of the tricep, which connects all the way down to here. All right, guys, we're on in 7 seconds. Grab those weights. We're on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. So in this move, trying to get all that power through the back of the arm. Keep those ribs locked down and try and keep the elbows tight into the forehead. The tighter it is to the forehead, the safer the shoulder girdle position. If you see people flaring out their arms like this, it can be a little bit nastier on the shoulders, and I want you guys just to hit the back of the arm for this rep. So you're only going for that squeeze down the back of the arm. All right, guys, we've got 25 seconds left on that clock. So if you start to hit failure with the 2 weights, you can drop the 1 weight and just hold on to the single weight in this overhead extension. All right, guys, we've got 12 seconds left on that clock. Keep squeezing the back of the arm and go super slow if you're not feeling that squeeze already. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Okay, in this next move, we're going to go with the left arm, and we're just going to go for a single arm tricep kickback, and we're on in 4 seconds. So 1 arm at a time. 3, 2, 1, tricep kickback. So in that back, trying to take that arm as long as you can and trying to get that squeeze through the entire back of the arm. Now we're not just swinging the arm up and down, we're controlling it up and then controlling it back down. And if you want to go for a little bit extra squeeze, rotate the hand through on the way back if you've got a safe shoulder girdle position. That little rotation is going to help you get this part of the arm as well as the short head of the tricep. All right, guys, we got 20 seconds left here. Let's blast that left. Now it's nice to go 1 arm at a time because it's going to help you connect that mind to that muscle. And in 13 seconds, we're going to swap hands and hit the back of the right arm. All right, guys, 8 seconds left here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, in this next round, we got 6 seconds until we go onto the right arm. We're on in 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. So doing the exact same move we did before, we tip at the hip, the back is long and strong, and we're feeling all that strength down the back of the arm. The shoulders are locked back. The back of the arm is doing all the work, and trying to give that extra little twist just to hit the entire section of the back of that tricep. All right, guys, 30 seconds left here. 21 seconds to go. So after this round, we're going to go for the double overhead tricep extension. And we've just got 12 seconds to get that done. 8 seconds to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, give those arms a shake out, and then we're going back to the overhead extension. Grab those 2 weights, we're on in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's get it. This is just a nice squeeze down the back of the arms, feeling long and strong through that body. So trying to take the hands all the way up to pretty much full extension so you can feel as much stretch through the triceps as possible. We're also trying to take the arms as far down as we can so we get an even greater stretch on the back of that arm. The more stretch you get here, the more range of motion and the more muscle fibers you're going to have to recruit to take that weight all the way back up. All right, guys, just 20 seconds left here. And then that is the arms blasted for today. After this, we've only got core, and that's us done. All right, guys, just 12 seconds left here. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, so we're about to finish off with this workout, and we're going to finish off strong with the core. Now, our first move today is knee swings. So come into a plank position, and we're going to take that knee all the way across to the opposite elbow. After that, we're then going to come into a single leg reverse crunch, then we're going to hit the other leg, and then it's time to go for V-ups with a pulse, and that's us done. This is our last round today. Breathe out with every rep, and if you're feeling strong through this, go for a plank instead of resting through the rest periods. All right, guys, 3, 2, 1, knee swings. So in this knee swing, we're trying to take that knee all the way across. Try to keep those shoulders locked down. Those hands are directly underneath the chest, and we're trying to pull that knee all the way across. Now this is going to feel a little bit like a mountain climber, but notice how much slower we're going and trying to be controlled through that movement as you're trying to take this hip into this armpit. So going controlled all the way across. All right, guys, you should be feeling tight through that core, breathing out with every rep. 20 seconds to go. 18 seconds. Keep squeezing everything you can, and we've got 14 seconds to go. Just pulling that core all the way across, trying to pull that hip right into that armpit and try to get those knees to touch those elbows. 3, 2, 1, and hold. So we're going to hold here just in the plank for the next 7 seconds. Stay with me. All right, guys, 4 seconds to go, and then we're going to roll over into a reverse crunch. So come on down to the ground, reverse crunch. So we've got one leg over, and we're just reverse crunching. So in this reverse crunch, you're going to feel one side of the six pack doing all of the work. Use this leg to push a little bit of resistance against this leg, and it's going to help you feel an even better contraction through this part of the core. So pulling that weight tight up, keeping the lower back on the ground throughout the entire rep, and trying to pull the hips up off the ground using only this side of the muscle. So everything's going to be squeezing tight through here, and we've got 20 seconds left on that clock. After the next move, we're going to then hit the right side of our body. All right, guys, we got 13 seconds to go here. Keep feeling that squeeze and trying to get as much blood through those abs as you can. We got 7 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. So come on over into plank, and we're just here for a few seconds. So we're back in here for 5 more seconds, and then we're going to go back into that reverse crunch. 3, 2, 1, reverse crunch, but this time we're going with the opposite leg. So we started with the left leg, and in this round, we're going with that right leg. So by crossing the legs over like that, it's going to help us give a little bit of resistance into that right leg, and it stops us from just using the hip flexor to pull that weight up. So we have to use our entire core here to fight that gravity and pull that weight all the way up. You'll notice I'm trying to pull the hips off the ground with every rep, and that is the most important part because that's what's getting the squeeze through the core, and it's what's rotating all of the core tight into the body. So try and pull that belt into the belly button, then that belly button into the ribs. All right, guys, we got 11 seconds left here. Stay strong. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. All right, in this next round, we're going for a V-up with a pulse. So we're going to take those arms and legs long and then meet in the middle with a little pulse. 3, 2, 1, let's hit it. So V-up and pulse. So just give a little pulse at the top of the rep where you're trying to get your feet and hands as high as possible. This is a great workout to finish off with this exercise. You guys have done damn hard today, and we're just trying to get as much squeeze into the core as possible. So the belt comes into the belly button and the ribs come into the belly button. We got 30 seconds left here. So if you're feeling good, add an extra pulse at the top of that rep just to get as much squeeze and blood through that body. You'll notice I'm breathing out with every rep, so it's hard to talk. And we've got 14 seconds left here. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Guys, extremely well done today. That is the upper body workout done and dusted. We started off with a whole series of flow movements, then we hit the chest, the shoulders, the back, the arms, then we closed out with core. It was my absolute pleasure to get to train with you guys, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Let's get it.